Hey everyone, happy Friday. Welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. If you're new here, today we're going to do a little bit different of a video. It's probably going to be our longest video of all time. Plain and simple. I'm going to go in alphabetical order. I'm going to go 25 different charts. I think it's 25. Alphabetical order, so if you want ADA, you're in luck. It's going to be about first. If you want Tezos, it starts with an X. It's going to be down towards the end, right? So just use your brain. If you don't know how the alphabet works yet, you're in the wrong place to begin with. Go back. You're on the wrong video. This is not Teletubbies. Is Teletubbies still a thing? I don't know. But let's go ahead and get started before we get off on too many tangents. And you've already lost me. ADA Bitcoin on the weekly charts. We're just going to touch on a few different key points for many different coins, as I just said. So it's not going to be long. It's going to be, as straight to the point as I can on as many things as I can. Just for Friday, overlook, outlook. It's not going to be great because prices are going down. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm going to give you some key levels to watch, where I think the lows could be, where I think the highs could be, some just important levels each way. Without further ado, let's go. ADA Bitcoin on the weekly. This is ADA versus BTC. Now look at the mirrored kind of chart here. It's almost looked like a mirror, right? Look at the little peak, bigger peak, bigger peak, bigger peak, bigger peak. Maybe we could see this continuing to play out. And maybe over the next, 6 months towards the end of the year, this actually does peak out against Bitcoin. That would be great. What would that look like? I'm glad you asked. Let's go ahead and take a little bitty bars pattern and just look at it. You hit that. Watch this. Watch this magic. Magic Mickey right here. Look how similar of a rhyme that is, right? Pretty cool. So that would take us to, towards the end, October, November, Thanksgiving maybe, to maybe double peak out against Bitcoin with ADA. Pretty cool. So that's that. Now let's remove that. And yeah, this will be our kind of resistance band. Maybe we spend a few weeks before that, before peaking out, and maybe we can clear our all-time high peak over here. Okay, let's go to ADA USD now. What else do we got? So our previous local high back here in December 2017 towards our end of our last bull run into our bear market. And now we've come back up, battled that, and held it as support for many weeks. So this would be kind of the lowest I would see ADA going against the US dollar, right around the dollar, right? 98 cents to $1. That we could wick down there. Highly unlikely that we close candles below this. If we did, there's not really much to stop us from free falling. Maybe around this level. That's a pretty big fall though. So we're gonna, at least for now, focus on around the 98 cent to $1 level for ADA. Let's jump down to Atom and see what we got. This is kind of our liquid zone box for Atom. You could see the previous local top here, held as resistance again. A lot of consolidation for about a month here. And then we broke out of it finally and now came back and held that top region as support. If we creep back in here, this could make a decent, long-term buy opportunity. Obviously, nothing I say here is financial advice. Do your own research. This is just my opinions, what I might do, and what I would be doing on a lot of these coins that I'm going to mention. So this would be our zone kind of to reaccumulate. If we come in here, this would be kind of our lowest that we would kind of see happening, maybe around the 850 level. And that could present a nice long-term buy. Let's go to Avalanche versus USDT. Kind of a younger coin. Now, if I skip over some coins and it's your coin, it's not because I don't like the coin. It's either doesn't have enough information, didn't have, the right support levels, wasn't quite clear, something like that. I'm just going off several coins. If I skip over you, it's nothing against that coin, I promise, okay? Don't get your feelings hurt. So, okay, AVAX versus Avalanche, same thing. Avalanche, the high, we want to see it break out above here, right? Clear, easy. You can easily see that. Break out above 39. If we clear 40 with a daily candle, it's more likely going higher. On the converse of that, the flip side, the other side of the coin, right? There's only two sides to the coin. You've figured that out by now. Let's go down to $12 range. If we're closing daily candle or weekly candle, we're on the weekly charts on all these, okay? By the way, so each candle is 1 week. And bigger time frames, right? You can see we don't have that much to go on. But so Avalanche key support, 1250. We're rapidly approaching that. Might be worth, again, my opinion, what I would do is if I was an interest in Avalanche, which I am, it's in my top 10 for sure, a buy order right around these levels, $12, $13, and then you set your stop loss just under these. Set a stop loss maybe at $10. So your risk is right here. Your upside could be crazy. It's been to $60 not that long ago, February, right? So this is how you could really get the risk-reward ratio going in your favor. If you're at a key support level and you lose that, you don't have much to lose, right? You're going down a little bit. If you buy at 12, goes down to 10, you're out. No problem. You took a little bit of loss. It's fine. Your reward is such great potential on Avalanche that this could be worth looking into. If you have a mild interest in Avalanche, I might do this. Okay? BAT token. No joke. Whoa, Norton trying to spam me. No spams on here. Okay, BAT token could have a good future. Brave browser, they do the Brave. That's what we're on right now. If you could see, you can't see what I mean. I blocked out my bar, so it's easier to see. But I use Brave, so this is the BAT token. This is what it is. If you're unfamiliar, look it up. It's probably worth your effort. A lot of key supports right in this area. 40 cents up all the way up to about 50 cents. If we revisit this, again, nice timely buys. If you enter this area, what I would be doing personally, buy around 40 to 50 cents, set a stop loss just under here. If we lose this, we're likely going lower. So your risk reward again is offset. You have much higher reward than risk because you're only risking a little bit to the downside, but you could potentially making much more to the upside, right? Okay, let's go to Bitcoin dominance. On the upside, if this continues up, we'll get to these yellow circles in a minute. I know they're driving you crazy. You could probably guess what I'm going to say with that, right? But on the upside, this is going to be resistance. That's good for Bitcoin dominance. Unless you're a Bitcoin maxi, then you want to blast right through this, right? So look at months and months this held as support. And back in April, we broke it. That was when we were having altcoin runs, right? So this would be kind of the altcoin excommunicado if we break back through this, right? Bitcoin would likely be picking up massive steam if we break through this. And these circles, you guessed it, if we take out this high or this low on either side, that's where the direction I would expect it to continue. So we want to watch this. If we break above 49-ish on the Bitcoin dominance for a weekly time scale, Bitcoin will likely start gaining even more strength. And conversely, if we come back down and we can somehow magically break down under 39 level, we would likely be double bottoming, at least testing this, mid 30s level. And that would maybe allow alts to run more likely scenario, in my opinion, as this continues up for a little bit, especially with the DXY getting stronger. We're going to get to that in a minute. Yeah, we'll try to leave our opinions out of this, kind of stick to the charts. So we're just going to watch it. That's just the two levels to watch for Bitcoin dominance. For Bitcoin, we'll spend a little bit more time here, but this is kind of the area. I did a whole video on Bitcoin yesterday, so if you want to go watch that, feel free. If we see a daily candle closing above or below this, that's also likely the direction that we're going. The odds are that's how it works. So look for this. We can wick outside of this, but if you see a daily candle or weekly, I got to get this weekly. Everything I say is weekly. No matter if I say daily or one thing, anything, everything I'm going to do is weekly. Weekly. Weekly candles. We see a weekly candle close to the upside of this, we're likely going up. If we see a weekly candle close to the bottom side of this, we're likely going down. These would be catastrophic if we break this with a weekly candle on the downside. If we break this, we're very likely going back to test our previous all-time high. Hate to say it, but that's just based on the charts, not my opinion. Based on the charts, that's the next logical support level, 20,000. Between 18 to 20, right? So that's it. We do not want to close a weekly candle under 32K. That would be bad. Like crossing the streams in Ghostbusters, bad. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I mean, it could get weird. All right, let's look at the Death Cross. because I know you're all interested in that. There's a lot of, well, let's got to get the right EMAs on. There's a 50 day and 200 day. These are likely going to cross probably next week. That would be the odds. Probably right in this area. Maybe the next 5 days or so. Depending on what prices do. If the prices keep coming down, it's going to cross faster, right? On the other hand, if we get, more green candles in a row, it'll probably hold it off a little bit longer. But likely this will cross sometime in the next week. Once that does, it doesn't mean like we just enter a free fall like this or anything. In fact, history tells us that we've gotten pumps often right around the time of the death crosses. So don't use your emotions. If you're trading based on emotions or what you feel, you're likely already losing money. You have to watch the charts and just rely on that. That's what we focus on. Okay, let's get back to the weekly. We'll take off these, but that's just what I'm watching. Death cross likely to happen in the next week or so. Let's go to the stock market. While we're here, the Dow, we're in a nice little free fall. Let's go back to the weekly. Look at this week. This is why we're just having kind of a knee-jerk reaction to the stock market. That will decouple over time, in my opinion. But when the stock market's crashing for now, it's going to hurt crypto as well. Now, I think that will be the catalyst in the long run that will get people to move towards crypto. There's a lot of people invested in the stock market that won't even touch crypto right now. They don't even know about it or what it is. A lot of bigger, older money kind of thing, right? So this is more than likely why we're bleeding across the board today. Especially, all week we've kind of been going down. But look at the market, right? We're down. If we come down a lot more, I mean, this is pretty bad candle. When's the last time we've seen this much of a red candle? Back in here, right? And that was when we kind of retested our previous local top in this area. So stock market's just getting hammered a little bit right now, okay? So patience, we'll go over it. But this closes in 4 hours. Stock market closes on Friday. So we'll see what this ends up at. We don't want to go too much lower. We want to kind of hold these levels back in here. But we'll see how this pans out. Let's go to Doge. Hopefully none of you have a whole lot of this, maybe just playing around, because the only thing Doge is really good for is mouse pads. I've had this thing since 2017 when I got in. It's just hilarious. Much drag, mini scroll, very zoom, such click. That was my Doge whole experience. That's all the Doge I've ever owned. It's all the Doge I'll ever own right here. So you can make money with it. You can lose a shit ton with it. But let's remove our opinion and just look at the charts. So this is we're really at key structure here. If we drop much lower with a daily candle, if we drop below, say, a quarter, if you see a weekly, damn it again, a weekly candle like this week, next week, close under a quarter, this is where we're falling. Look how much lower this is. This is the next structure, logically. Not based on what Chase says, based on what chart says. Chart says 7 cents inbound if we lose a quarter with a weekly candle. So be warned. If we lose a nickel with a weekly candle, we come back down to this and we drop under this, guess where the dog goes? Back to the pound. Back to the pound, under a penny where he belongs. It's terrible. But look at what the move it did, right? It's nutty. As long as Elon can just, crack his phone, or, he can get another one. Let's be honest. He could probably afford a few phones. But this is Elon's thing right here. Great cars, great SpaceX, all that stuff. Let's stick to that and not good old Twitter or crypto. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Let's go to Bitcoin. Polkadot, younger coin as well. Market structure shows that this is the level. We're, again, approaching this. If we lose this, I don't know. That's why you don't really focus on younger coins, but DOT is in my top 5. So DOT's big for me. This is where the level I'd be accumulating a little bit more. If I had some Bitcoin, maybe just add a little bit. But Bitcoin's the safest play right now. That's my opinion as well. Bitcoin's kind of the king with dominance rising, all that stuff. Bitcoin is the safest play, but this is key kind of structure support. If we come back down here, we want to hold our weekly candles closing above this. We can get wicks, and if we come back down, if we do get a wick, we want to look for a higher low, right? So we wicked here. If we come back down again, we just want to hold above that, and that would be good. Okay, let's move on to .USD. .USD, couple key support levels and resistance levels. So far, we've been unable to close a weekly candle above this since losing it back in here, right? Big drop back in May, and we want to get above, back up in here with some candles, and then obviously break this level around $30. If we could see a weekly candle close above 30 for DOT, that would be great. That's a good sign that we're going back up, continuing back up, I should say. On the other hand, if we come back down here, this would be another nice buying opportunity in my opinion. This is where I would look to add to my DOT position with USD. And then again, like I've said before, your risk reward is greatly offset here because you can buy here, set a stop loss for just under this wick, and if we lose that wick, we're going lower. That's just how it works. So you buy in here 16, 17, whatever, set a stop loss for 13.45, something like that. This is just what I would do, not financial advice. And then your downside is minimized by your upside is great. I have great feelings for DOT. It's a great project. Gavin Wood is the co-founder of Ethereum, if you don't know. He's also the co-founder of DOT. So a bet on DOT is a bet on him, and a bet on him is green in my book. So I have a lot of DOT, and I suggest if you wanna, you gotta be investing in projects with bright futures and not projects with bright fur. If you catch that drift. I don't know where I get this stuff. Just ignore me. For the 4 of you that are still watching, thank you. DXY. Jesus. I mean, the Hulk dildo. Damn. Oh, whoa, I don't know who wrote that. I don't know what that says. Maybe you can read it. As we come back up here, you can see I drew this line an hour ago and it's already broken, damn it. But that, look at, you know, months of support. We broke down through it. Maybe this was our foreshadowing that we were going to break back above it again. So we'll see where this closes. This closes in 7 hours. The DXY is the dollar index. If you don't know, we had a whole video on that yesterday as well. So go watch that if you're feeling like it. Kind of a rough crypto Friday, but I think this is kind of close to the turnaround point. I don't feel like we're going to just have, you know, months of red here. Another few weeks, we'll see. But DXY is going to be a key factor in that. Because the DXY goes down, crypto can go up. If the DXY goes up, you got it. The other side of the coin, crypto goes down. So we want to watch this big little candle here. The high, you can look up here, open, high, low, close. That's how this works. Your actual monetary change and then your percent change. So your high, if you highlight this candle, the high was 93.437. So if we take that out and you see us making a higher high, that's not going to be great for crypto. So that's what I'm watching right now. So far, this has been the biggest candle we've seen since the pandemic. Over a year ago. Look at that candle. Nuts. Not a great sign, but my video yesterday, I think the DXY is going to continue down macro term. It's been going down macro term for 40 years, since 1985, when this chart came out. It's been going down. Look. We have to go way out. We have to go to the monthly. But if you didn't catch my DXY video, I got damn flies in here. What the hell? Need to turn the air down, huh? Get some fan going. But macro turn, just 40 years of crap money printing. $10 trillion is not gonna, you're not just gonna fake your way out of that, right? That's all we're doing now. We're just putting out positive news to pretend we're all getting back to normal, and it's just not gonna, you can't just sweep 10 trillion under the rug and think you're gonna get by with it, okay? Not gonna happen. Long term, down. Short term, it's, I mean, just read it. Ethereum, Bitcoin, we're approaching key support levels here with ETH BTC. Now, If you've been following Ethereum for a prolonged period of time, for years, you'll know that during the last half of the year, Ethereum tends to not do quite as well against Bitcoin. It often capitulates in December against Bitcoin. It's done it the past 6 years. So maybe we break this. If we do, I think we probably break this, in my opinion. Based on the charts, there's just not enough support level. We've only had one week, really. Came down to it. Odds are we probably break this ETH Bitcoin over the coming months, going into December again. I would highly guess we're back in this box. And this would be kind of our key buying levels again. If we're back in here in December, we shall see. We'll try to revisit this level. This could be another timely winter buying opportunity for buying ETH with your Bitcoin. Let's go to ETH USD and see what we can find. So ETH USD, still looking strong. We're in an uptrend. Look how long this uptrend has been, right since January of 2021. Or has it been longer? You might notice, how long has this been? I'm glad you asked. Let's continue back. Let's continue back. Kind of a bubble down, right? We lost kind of, the Ethereum kind of fizzled out here, right? But beyond this, let's look. Look at what we've held. We held it again. Kind of a bubble up, bubble down, right? Let's zoom out more. Going back to 2016, you can draw this trend line. Let's put this on the macro scale so you get the whole picture here. Look at this. This is since 2016 trend line. Big bubbles up, support, finally break it, kind of just ho-hum around for a year, year and a half. This is where your time to buy Ethereum was, right in here. Look at these prices. Once we break above it, now we're up here. So maybe we hold it, maybe we come down again. Get back under the, kind of like the, what is it, the Stranger Things, the upside down world? That's kind of, we got the bright world and the dark world down here. The demigorgons are coming out. Watch out for them. Ethereum, if we break this line, we're going back to the upside down world. And we'll see you with the demigorgons and Stranger Things Ethereum. So maybe we do that over the next coming months and enter our December timely buy, maybe around these areas. Maybe it's the lowest I really see us going is maybe round in these areas. Back to our previous all-time high at 1400. If Ethereum is at 1400 or thereabouts in December, I'm probably going to buy a metric F-ton of Ethereum. Just my personal preference. I will probably be converting most of every coin I have to Ethereum in December if we're around these levels. I'll elaborate more on that. But 6 out of 6 times the past 6 years, buying Ethereum in December has worked out quite well for you over the next coming months. And not like forever. Like in the next 30 to 90 days, you've like mini-X'd your return. How I got started? I'm glad you asked. Maybe you don't know this. I got started back in here, right? I first bought Ethereum in here and I thought I was a genius and I was kind of the dumb money back in here, right? So then I lost pretty much all my money, but I got smarter and I studied during these times and I recognized I didn't know while I thought I knew. And I sold my house right in here. My first house. So I had lived in it for 7 years, sold it for a nice profit, took all my profits, studied my ass off through all of these downtimes and, lost all my money basically. But once I sold my house right in this area, I waited patiently because I've come up with the system. I went all in. And December of 2018, I actually bought Ethereum for $125. All my profits. It was about probably $50,000 that I made on my house. I put all of it, all of it into Ethereum right then. So, brief story on me. Now you know, if you're watching this long, because we're 25 minutes in. There's very few of you watching. I get that. But I appreciate it. Now you know a little bit more about me. Now how I got started. So, and that's where I've been. We'll leave it with that. Let's continue. We made a link video earlier, so we'll link video. We'll leave link out of this one. Well, if you want to watch that, go watch link. I did link Bitcoin, link Ethereum, link USD levels more in depth. Obviously, we like link a little bit more here. Let's go to Litecoin, see what levels we got. Litecoin's kind of a big range here, right? We have our previous, we kind of double topped out here, right? Around the $400 level. So that is kind of a warning sign for macro levels. It could be tough to get back above 400 again. But we will see. I think that might be able to do that as we go into our next cycle, peak cycle over the next year. That's what I think is going to happen. So that would be kind of what I would expect. This is kind of our liquid buy zone. This would be a nice place to maybe accumulate some more if you want to add some Litecoin to your position. Weekly scale, anything around, you know, the low hundreds would be pretty solid buy. Again, stop loss just under this would be key. If we lose this level, it's just not going to be that great. We could be down in here for a prolonged period of time again if we lose, you know, the $80 level for Litecoin. But I would anticipate something around in this for a reversal around in this box, and then maybe we just go sideways or back up. That's for Litecoin. MATIC. Let's go to MATIC and see where we're at. MATIC, long term, I think it'll do very well. Short term, this is what we got. Short term, the top, we need to break out of about $1.90. If we get a weekly candle closing above $1.90, fantastic sign. On the other hand, if we get a weekly candle closing under $1, so we break $1 and we close it like 99 cents or lower, that would be bad, and we would likely fall to somewhere in this liquid buy zone as we spent many weeks and months even right in this area. This would be a pretty solid floor, in my opinion, to buy some more MATIC if we get inside this orange box at all. Maybe it's just a brief wick and then bounce back out of it. But again, like I've said several times in this video, buying around here and then setting a stop loss a little bit lower, you have very minimal risk and a lot of potential to gain. So that's what I would be doing for MATIC. That's probably what I will be doing if we come back down in here. These are big ifs, but these are just want to give you the whole full transparency, what to watch for in either direction. Not my opinions, just charts, what to look for. Harmony 1. Let's see what we got here. Harmony 1, going back. This is our liquid zone, kind of our ultimate floor if we were to drop in here. You know, opening previous local high, spent some consolidation around that same level before breaking out. Nice little downtrend, almost like a loose bull flag right here, right? So this is not all bad. And this is just kind of the low you don't want to make a new low. If we break outside of this line around 5.5, 6 cents, it's likely we'll probably be revisiting this box. Now, we can, besides this week, we could have drawn this up here. Now, this week doesn't close for 2.5 days, so we could still potentially hold this as support. One could bounce back out of this. This is our top line. Many weeks of holding that as resistance. We want to break out of that. But yeah, for the low, I would say 5.5. We want to avoid making a new lower low, so to speak. If we did, we would highly likely be revisiting, 3.5 cents to roughly 2.5 cents. So that is Harmony 1. Let's go to our total crypto market cap. This is with everything in crypto, including Bitcoin. Our previous local high back in, last bull market, 2017. That would be our absolute floor, in my opinion. More consolidation back in this year, earlier this year. This would be kind of our liquid buy zone again, where I would probably pick up some whatever. This is just this is our total crypto market cap right now. You can see kind of our drop and up. This is kind of a bear flag forming, right? Not a great sign, but we'll have to see how it plays out. As long as we don't lose, say, 1.4 trillion with a weekly candle, we still have a way to go, right? We're 1.5 trillion now, so if we lose this level, it's highly likely we're going to come back in here. So that's that. Let's remove Bitcoin and look at the total altcoin market cap. Again, solid floor back in here, roughly, what, $450 billion. That's still a big drop from where we are. That's pretty insane. And it's not like if we lose this level that we would drop immediately there. I would just say over the next, couple months, several months to the rest of the year, we would likely just kind of slowly bleed out here before turning it around for our next peak later later in the year or early next year. It's kind of what I see. So we're looking for weekly closes to maintain above $650 billion. And I think we're good. On the other upside, obviously, is still pretty far away, but 1.3 trillion. If we close a weekly candle above that, that is when we will have liftoff again. Let's go to UNI. We're almost done. Hang in there, folks. Uniswap. We got to have this for the weekend. I mean, it's 5-day crypto, not 6 or 7. So this is what you're going to have for the weekend. Maybe you have to break this up. Maybe you get some popcorn, do some intermission. I told you at the beginning, this is going to be the longest video. You were warned. I told you the alphabet. You knew the alphabet up front. You could have jumped right to UNI if you didn't want to wait this long. Our opening high, peak local high back in here. So UNI, our bottom, really about $15. If we wick below this, we just want to wick a little bit higher than this one. The low was 13. As long as we wick down and it's above 13, still A-okay. This would, again, be a timely buy with setting risk. Set your stop loss just under that risk. 1275, buy anywhere above that. Minimal risk, maximum reward. UNI could freaking fly again anytime, right? There's a lot of use case for UNI. A lot of use case for all these coins I'm mentioning. So if they're your coins, don't lose faith. All this crap is just on purpose, right? It's to shake all the silly people out before we, make much higher highs in the coming, within 12 months, this will all be laughable. These prices, laughable. And all the people that are selling now are going to be able to buying again when we're 2x our previous all-time highs. It's happened about hundreds of years, right? Since the stock market's been open. It's just how it works. Dumb money will always buy high and sell low. That's just how it works. So, okay, now we're on VeChain. If VeChain's your chain, change it to Link. No. Just kidding. Just kidding. VeChain, chain Link. I don't know. I'll leave it there. The floor for VeChain, 3.5 cents to 2.5 cents. That would be our low that I see it's going, 2.5 cents. I'm not saying it's going to go that low. Again, these are not my opinions. This is just what the charts are saying, right? Our local floor, I would say, is at 8.5 cents. If we come back down, you can see that, right? If we lose this with a weekly candle, not a wick. Again, wick, you just want to make a higher wick, and you're fine. Candles are bigger. If you make, again, same thing. If you make a lower low on a body candle, that's bad, which is right here. 8.5 cents. If we close under 8.5 cents with a weekly candle, we're likely going to old Boxy here. the Boxy down here. The only saving grace besides, hitting this box would be reversing just higher than this, about 5.5 cents or so for VeChain. So that's VeChain in a nutshell. XLM. I know I got a lot of you that like XLM. I like XLM as well. Making macro trends up against the US dollar. So good. Good. Major support is going to be right at about 20 cents. Right? We held it for months and months and months. Support. We finally broke down and we battled it for years, right? Almost 2 years before breaking it. And now when we come back down, it's highly likely that we hold that as support if we make it down here. Okay, so 20 cents again. If I was wanting to buy more XLM and we're around 20 cents, that would be the time. You set your stop loss just under it. You have minimal to lose and maximum to gain. Look, it's been over almost 80 cents. That would be, imagine buying at 20 cents and it goes back to 80 cents, $1, $2, $5 over the next year. I mean, you look like a freaking genius. All because of buying right here, setting your stop loss here. Minimal risk, max to gain. My opinions, not financial advice. Do what you want. Finally, Tezos, like Bezos. I don't know if that works, but XTZ macro trend up. Look at the trend up. Nice trend since 2019. Pretty solid trend line. If we come back down to it, we want to hold it because it's been support since 2019, right? Any yearly trend lines, you need to hold. Now, yeah, we can, again, like I always say, you can move trend lines a little bit, right? but the most touch points make it the strongest trend line. So right in there, you got touch point, about 4 right in here, another 2 or 3 right in here, another 2 or 3 here, and another one here when we had our big drop. If we come back down, we just want to make a higher high. If we wick below this, that's fine. You just want to close a candle, weekly candle body under here for Tezos. Okay, you made it through it. Congrats. We did it together. 35-minute video. I've never made a video even close to that. So if you made it through all that, I mean, just pat yourself on the back now. Maybe I'll send you a Doge mouse pad for your efforts. I'm not going to do it. You don't want to give me your address. I know that. All right, card of the day. We did it on the previous video, but you probably didn't watch it. So with McLaren Senna, I just got this in yesterday afternoon. Clear glass doors, folks. Pretty slick. I got it straight from a McLaren dealership. Nice wooden base. It's got the McLaren Senna logo. I didn't show that. Oh man, upside down. There we go. McLaren Senna. Pretty sweet. The triple exhaust in the back. Man. Maybe someday. Goals, right? Yeah, everyone's got to have a goal. What are you shooting for? All right. Happy Friday. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. If you're not a dad yet, maybe you will be. Maybe you can have a pretend Father's Day. Maybe you're a dog dad. Dog dad? Maybe, you know, you got dogs, and isn't that a thing? There's some weird people that like think they're dads and moms because they have pets. I don't know. Don't shoot me. Feel like that's a sensitive subject, but happy Father's Day. Sunday. Yeah, I'm a dad. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. I hope they're gonna be here. They will be. They love me, kind of. Wink, wink. All right. Happy Father's Day. U.S. Open. I'm a big golfer, so U.S. Open's on this weekend. I'll be doing that Sunday. We'll watch for the weekly close, maybe. Maybe I'll update you if I see anything nice. Maybe only for my nice people. If you want to learn more, Twitter, Telegram, Patreon, we have links in the description below. 35 minutes. You guys got cat windows. You're watching cat videos on the other memes. You got memes? Are you a meme person? You watching me? What do you guys watch on YouTube that's funny? I watch meme videos. Maybe I'll post one of those someday. They're pretty funny. I like them. Ozzy Man? Anybody watch Ozzy Man? Anybody watching me this long probably doesn't watch Ozzy Man. He makes like 4-minute videos, but they're hilarious. If you don't know Ozzy Man, do yourself a favor this weekend. Ozzy Man reviews. He drops some F-bombs, a little bit of language in there, but it's hilarious to me. That's my kind of humor. He's funny. All right, I'm out. Happy Father's Day. Happy Friday. Go do something outside. I'm going to go mow my grass. I'm not. I might go outside for a minute, though. Bye, guys. Glad talking to you for 38 minutes. I'll never do this again.